Hello children, welcome to Nelson School online education program Learn Better. In today's session we'll begin with a very new chapter, that is direct and indirect speech. So let us begin with the direct and indirect speech. Let us first just dive into the topic, that what are the contents to be covered, what are the contents to go through the chapter. So very first we'll see the meaning of direct and indirect speech. Okay, then we'll go for the difference between the direct and indirect speech. Next step is what are the rules that we use to change the tenses. Okay, step number 4 is we'll see the rules to change the pronouns and the possessive adjectives. Then we'll go for the rules to change nearness or the adverbs. Then there are rules for the different statements like assertive, imperative, interrogative and exclamatory statements. So children, these are the contents that we have to cover in this chapter. So let's begin with the very first thing, that is the difference between the direct and indirect speech. If we just state the meaning of the direct and indirect speech, it's very basic, it's very simple, that when we are using the exact words of the speaker, okay, whatever the speaker said, if you're using the same thing, then that's called the direct speech. Okay, and what is an indirect speech? In indirect speech, the speaker's words are conveyed by the third person. Okay, so here you can see the difference. The difference between the very first statement is only this: when the exact words of the speaker are reproduced, it is called the direct speech. Okay, and what is the indirect speech? When the meaning of the speech is conveyed in the reporter's verb. Reporter's verb in the sense the ones who is speaking is called the reporter now. Okay, for an example, you take the example when Salman Khan said, okay, if you are using his own same words, so what you will write? Salman Khan said, then comma, and then we open the inverted commas, that once if I commit it, I stand by my commitment. Okay, so same way if you're using his words only, that it's once if I committed, I stand by my commitment, and just you want to narrate to somebody else that today I watched the movie and I have seen, okay, I heard the dialogue, this was a dialogue spoken by Salman. So how you will narrate it? That Salman said that. Now when you're using the conjunction that means it's your reporter's verb and it's not the person who has spoken the words. Okay, so you will say that Salman Khan said that once if he commits. Okay, it's not I who commit, it's he who commits. So once if he committed, he stands by his commitment. Okay, so when you're using exact words of the speaker, when you're using what Salman Khan said, that is called a direct speech. And when you're just narrating that this was the thing spoken by him, so that is called the indirect speech. Let us move to the second point. In this direct speech, exact words of the speaker and put in inverted commas. So children, there's a reason to put the speaker's words in inverted commas. Why? Because these are not words that belong to us, and these are not words that are spoken by us. We are just the reporters, so we are just narrating what the thing is done. Okay, so whenever you are speaking and they're not your words, you'll make sure that you are putting the words into the inverted commas. Now in indirect speech, because they are not the exact words of the speaker and instead they are the words of the reporter. So here we don't put inverted commas. So in short, they are eliminated. Okay. Go for the point number 3, children. That is, reporting speech and reported speech are differentiated with a comma. Okay. Now these are the terms, like 4 terms, very basic 4 terms I'll teach you in the next slide. That is, what is reporting speech, reporting verb and reported verb. Okay, so here usually the reporting speech and the reported speech gets bifurcated, or you can say gets differentiated with the help of a comma. Now here in indirect speech, what we do, we replace the comma with the conjunction that. Okay, why we are replacing comma? Because we don't want inverted commas anymore, and now we are using, instead of the words of the speaker, we are using the words of the reporter. Okay, let us begin with this, children. What is a reporting speech and what is a reported speech? The very first, when we go for the part of a sentence before comma is called the reporting speech. As you can say, Mohan says, okay, and you can see a comma. So this is the comma that bifurcates the reporting speech and the reported speech. Okay, this is what I have told you in the previous slide. So here you could see the part before the comma is called the reporting speech. And the part after the comma, okay, when the inverted commas begin, that speech is called the reported speech. Okay, same is the case down. He said, I have passed the examination. Okay, so the part before the comma, that is he said, is the reporting speech, and part after the comma, that is I have passed the examination, is the reported speech. So I hope you understood the difference between the reporting speech and the reported speech. The part before comma is called reporting speech, and the part after comma is called the reported speech. Now let us move towards the verbs. As I have told you, there are 4 different terms that I want you to clear it. That is reporting speech, reporting verb, and reported verb. So now we'll go for the reporting verb. Okay, the verb used in the reporting speech is called the reporting verb, and the verb used in the reported speech is called the reported verb. Okay, so in this speech you can see whenever the verb is used, that is called a reporting verb, and the verb that is used in the reported speech is called the reported verb. In short, reporting verbs such as says, said, will say, has said are used. And reported verbs could be all the primary verbs as well as auxiliary verbs. Okay. So as you can see, the part that is highlighted, Rama said. So this said is the reporting verb. Okay. Sheena said. So this said is the reporting verb. As you can see, the verb that is underlined is called the reporting verb, and the verb that is circled is called the reported verb. Okay. So Rama said what? That my mother is very busy. So the verb inside the inverted commas is. So we have put a circle. So the circled verb is a reported verb. Okay. Now next, Sheena said the horse died in the night. So here the verb in the inverted commas is died. Okay. So this is called the reported verb, children. So I hope you understood the 4 terms, that is reporting speech, reporting verb, and reported verb. Thank you.